Joschka Fischer rose to become leader of the German Green Party, foreign minister and deputy chancellor of the Federal Republic of Germany, and became one of the most popular politicians. He has been a powerful force in calling for peace in the Middle East, and he has spoken forcefully against the war in Iraq. As foreign minister during the German EU presidency, he was one of the most powerful advocates of the European Constitution. You will address us this evening as an outsider, entre guillemets. You are not longer constrained by official government. You no longer have to follow the party line and rules. Not that all the time I've known you, you have not ever spoken out your mind. You are one of the most brilliant, intelligent politicians, straight, idealistic, and realistic. We all are very interested to hear your unique perspective of the state of Europe today. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Joschka Fischer.
Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, dear Maram, thank you very much for the warm welcome, and I'm deeply impressed about the fact that so many people came tonight. The alternative will be in the future whether we will be at the table where the rules are defined, or the rules will be defined without us, and we will pay a price for that. So looking into the future, I think we see a lot of challenges. And the major challenge will be whether we can preserve what we achieved in the past. In the US, the G8 summit was almost inexistent. In Europe, it was a big event, and in Germany, it was a super event, understandably. But in the United States, it was not only about Bush. The majority of the Americans thought this is an outgoing president. But it was also about what is important without China at the table. What is important without India at the table? And this might be, I think, the biggest challenge. A very rapidly changing world. What we will see is a world where the power, which traditionally is located in the West for centuries, is nowadays moving more and more to the East. What is Europe about? Why do we need Europe for the future? Is it only the common market? Or is there the need for a mission or a soul? If you look back, the European project was always defined as a vision of European unity. In the old days, it was not only Hanukkah, also Christmas. Everybody was waiting for Santa Claus or whoever. But since few years, there is another actor in the pre-Christmas or pre-Hanukkah period, Gazprom. Traditionally, they invented a new tradition, to play with the energy supplies for Europe. And the message is quite clear. Hey guys, don't forget, we are there, and we are important for you. I think, and at least this is my assessment, in the first half of the 21st century, the center theater where our security will be defined will be the Middle East. If we look to the Middle East today, there are tremendous challenges. And at the top, there is also the risk of a nuclear arms race in the Middle East if Iran will continue with its nuclear program. This is my major concern, not a direct threat. I understand the concerns, especially in Israel, but also some other states. I think the real threat will be in a very unstable region, a nuclear arms race. And it's a nightmare for Europe and all the regional powers that at the end, to terrorism, regional conflicts, a bloc modernization, tremendous growth of population, lack of jobs and education, at the top we will have a nuclear arms race in this unstable region. This will change fundamentally the European security posture. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It's not only the weakness of Europe, it's also the weakness of our transatlantic partner, the United States. And in parallel, we see a new competition growing with China, with India. I think the new treaty, the reform treaty, offers an opportunity to move forward. If the reform treaty option A fails, then Europe will be in an existential crisis with unpredictable ramifications for the unity of the European Union. Everybody should understand that. If it's a success, I think it's progress, but then the new instrument should be used to restore the sense of mission and to restore the soul of a united Europe in an enlarged European Union. And the instruments will be there with the enhanced cooperation. We shouldn't be afraid. I don't believe in core Europes. That's done. That's done at the moment when the wall came down. That's not any longer an option. But we can use the instrument in the framework of the treaty of enhanced cooperation. And this should be used. And I think it should be prepared. It's not any longer about institutions, it's about progress in policies and institutions. 500 to 600 million Europeans, strong associations with our neighborhood gives us, if we form a more unified union with a stronger common will and capabilities, I think a pretty good position in the world of tomorrow. If not, then I think pessimism is the wrong word. Then we are in a deep mess. Thank you very much.
A saying, a Jewish saying, a lot of people speak, few have something to say. You said a number of things. I have another one. Honor silence, but speak at the right moment. You knew exactly in your career when to hold silence, and you know exactly when you have to speak. I wrote down a third one from a French writer, which I'm sure everybody knows, Fénelon, which I would try to translate in English. How does one recognize a good speaker? He thinks, your brains, he feels, your heart, and words follows. We heard the words. And then the last one, coming from somebody surely everybody knows, Montesquieu, again translating from French. What certain speakers lack in depth, they try to compensate for in length. You had nothing to compensate because your depth was not only length, it was length in depth, and it was words from the heart.